Creativity is as old as humanity. Like since 40,000 years, we have developed very basic tools to survive, like to hunt or to build some shelters to live. So it's not a new phenomenon. And later on, in the course of the years and decades and centuries, we developed more sophisticated tools as well as the structures. And then we developed like villages, and then out of villages we developed cities. And all these patterns, all the patterns and the structures that we developed were a bottom-up experience. So, except some very big projects like pyramids or churches or temples around the world, which has been ordered by the rulers and kings of that time, the rest of the city and the society and civilization has been developed through a bottom-up experience. So there were normal people and citizens who came up with very innovative and creative ideas to solve their problems. This is a map of Berlin, and to the right is the map of Isfahan, which is a historical city in Iran, central Iran. And I have written my PhD about this city, which is like 1,200 years old. So, and it's one of the most beautiful, or one of the most beautiful cities of Middle East. So all these two cities, both of these cities have been developed according to a bottom-up, experience. So there were normal people, as I mentioned, who developed these cities. So what we can learn from this tomes of information and tomes of knowledge that our forefathers have developed during the centuries and years. There are thousands of good examples and best practices around the world, in Europe, in Middle East, in Africa, Latin America, which are like very sophisticated and very efficient, highly efficient structures that our forefathers have developed during the centuries, and we can use them right now. I'm giving you one example. This is Yazd, the central city, you know it, yeah, maybe. One of the central cities in Iran, which is located in a semi-arid area, so it's very close to the desert. For that reason, at the winter time it's really cold, and at the summertime really hot. So the people developed a very sophisticated ventilation system, how to cool their homes at the summertime, which is like 40-45 degrees. So these are like, we are calling them bad gears. Bad gear. Bad is wind and gear is getting wind. So these towers that you see on the bottom of the buildings are serving as natural ventilators. So they are getting the wind and circulating that into the building. And this system works like that. So this is the wind direction, and this, and then during the centuries they combine two infrastructures together. So they put a layer on one layer. These are qanats or qanats that we are using in Iran for agriculture. So there are like underground water resources that we are using for agriculture. So this system was existing at that time, and the people in Yazd city put one more layer on this system and use it as a very natural ventilation system. So it works. I'm not going that much into details, but what is very interesting is combining two infrastructures that are existing in a city and using them in a so efficient way. So it's like the most efficient air conditioning system in the world that we can use right now. And there are thousands of these examples all over the world that are existing now, and they are like in history books, and we can revitalize and reuse them again in our smart cities of the future. This is another example, like this corridors, roofed corridors in Yas City that are serving, at the winter times are getting warm, the homes. These are the, doors to the homes, of normal houses of the people. So at the winter time it's warm, and then it's summertime, which is really, really hot. Outside it's like, very cool passageways for the people that would like, to walk through the city. So this is one aspect, like smartness of the past, that we can use in the cities of the future, as well as innovation of the poor. So, you have heard of this proverb that necessity is the mother of invention. When you have, very little resources, you have to be innovative. To use this little resources that you have in a very, very efficient way. So I was happened to be in India like 2 years back, and a university professor of an Indian university told me that the most sustainable people on Earth, on planet, are slum dwellers, because they have little, resources, and they are almost throwing nothing away. They are repairing their refrigerator for like 20 times, and their bicycle, and so they are throwing almost no food. So food would not be, thrown away so easily. So there are a lot of things that we can learn from these people. This is a favela in Brazil, and these guys transformed this favela in a very creative, public hub. And there are a lot of tourists who are coming there and visiting this favela nowadays, and they are, increasing the
rent.
The rent, no, maybe not the rent, yeah, but living standard of the people is being increased by these tourists that are coming, buying, even staying there for some nights. I'm not sure if you have heard of this project, some of you, or maybe all of you. So I'm not going into detail. So it's like a very easy build, like out of a bottle of water, and then a sheet of aluminium which is reflecting the sunlight into the bottle, and then very, very easy built illumination infrastructure for the homes of the slum dwellers. And you know who developed this system? This guy is a Brazilian who is living, I don't know if he's still living in a favela, but at that time, back in the day, he was living in a favela, and he was a mechanic. So this guy developed this system because he was sick of this power cuts and blackouts, electricity blackouts. So he came up with this idea that I can use this system, because basically they are using the light during the day time and not at nights. At night they are sleeping, so they don't need any light. And this is like very, very efficient way of using the natural resources. And now they have commercialized this idea in Philippines, and up to now, I have read an article that almost 1 million households around the world are using this system, which is like, one of the most efficient ways of using the natural resources. I'm pretty sure, and you might be also pretty sure, that there are thousands of this Alfonso Mozart, this Brazilian guy, on the streets all over the world. But you have to find them and bring them together and give them tools to develop more ideas. These are the lead users or lead citizens that we have to find, like seeds, and bring them to a bed, and then plant them and taking care of them. And then out of this, we would have very, very smart and sophisticated and very efficient, solutions for the challenges of the future. One of the methods that we are using in our team is co-design. I don't know if you have heard of this method, but there are a lot of layers of co-design. So the simplest one is Living Lab up there. that you have the chance to go and visit a smart project or a project, like going to the Boston Platz and visiting that. It's like, a street that you can go there and see these smart appliances, and maybe giving feedbacks to the producers or providers, or maybe not. So it's the most passive way of integrating the user in the co-design process. The next step is Open Lab, that you're opening the doors of your company, and the user has the chance to come and test the product that has already been produced. So you have more active role as the user or customer, but still at the later stages. So you haven't produced the product together with the provider or producer, but still you have the chance to give your feedbacks. So this is it provides a better chance for the user, but still is not active. The next level is open innovation here, which is really, really common in Germany and all over the world, I guess. And for that, you have to have a platform for that. So most of the companies are using online platforms. Design thinking, which is the next level. You're going to the users and interviewing them and trying to dig out their real needs. And out of their needs, you are, developing some insights, and out of these insights, ideas. And out of these ideas, real prototypes, and then you are testing these prototypes with the user again. So you are going again to the community and using them. And then out of their feedbacks, based on their feedbacks, you are developing, iterating your idea. It's far better than the other levels, but still you are looking at the user as a subject, as a customer. The next level is co-design or co-creation, which you are looking at the partner, into the customer as a partner. So you are inviting the customer or user from the very beginning and developing the service or product all together. For that, you need a tool or make tool, a visual thing like cognitive toolkit and emotional toolkit. You need a tool, or this tool is like, you're developing a common language that everybody understands at the table. So when you are inviting the lead users and you are here and they are here, so you have to develop a common language to bring everybody very close to each other. In the process of co-design, you cannot invite everyone to co-design with. You need this kind of lead users. And these lead users can be extreme users, meaning using excessively a product or not at all. For example, if you are going to develop an e-car, you can ask the people or lead users who are using car every day, 10 hours a day, and the people who are never using a car. And what they need tools, like visual tools, something that they can understand, like this language, information about that product or service that they are going to develop, capabilities like soft skills, how to develop that, because they have good ideas, but they have to be, trained how to use their capabilities and skills. And then a platform, like an analog platform, that you are bringing them together in one room, or online platform that is clear, and analog, which is you are bringing them under one roof, and you are developing a service or product with them. So I'm just giving you an example. Lego for sure. 10 years back, they realized that the selling rate is sinking. So they started to develop online platforms and motivated the lead users to participate in kind of chat rooms. And then they try to find these lead users and integrate them in the process. So they tracked their lead users and they realized, for example, one of their lead users, and they realized that these lead users are not well satisfied with the Lego anymore, and they are using Lego bricks and the products of National Instruments, which is a company producing very small chips, electric chips, as well as engines. So you can put it on cars and robots, small robots and stuff. And these lead users started to chat and started to initiate, in chat rooms that how to bring them together, how to integrate this Lego bricks with the chips, electric chips and engines, and bring them together. And they started to build like very simple robots. And then they tracked this, this conversation, and they thought, okay, it's a very nice and good idea. And then they joined forces with National Instruments and built the next generation of Lego, which is totally different from the normal and traditional Lego. Yeah, no, this is the product of these lead users that they built with, and this is, and then they invited these lead users, because they tracked them already, and tried to co-design with them as consultants, as well as co-designers, the next generation of the Lego. In the first 3 months, they sold almost 1 million pieces of this products, new products. So you can imagine this kind of, using lead users and tracking them can bring a lot of profit for the companies. Why we do need these lead users and lead citizens to develop the next generation of our smart cities? One point that we need them is to avoid the current trend in developing the smart cities. Because there are, at the moment, the smart cities are a collection of very sophisticated and high-tech, tools and engines and, appliances. I don't know if you know Adam Greenfield, who wrote Everywhere with like software, Everywhere, V-R-E. And then later on, like 1 year back, he wrote this book, Against the Smart Cities. And for him, it's totally, in this book, Against the Smart Cities, he's telling that at the moment, the smart cities are being developed just by Siemens, IBM, and Cisco, and they are a collection of, just technologies. And what is the role of the citizens? Because for you and for us, if I'm asking, for example, Martin about Berlin, he won't tell us about Potsdamer Platz. He will tell us about Kreuzberg, very lovely cafes, or home or city for us has a totally different meaning. So he was telling, for me, the deepest truth of all about the smart city is bound up in the particularly infelicitous phrase from living plant IT material, by coupon support and convenience systems. Every dive bar and every farmer's market, every playground or cinematheque and flower festivals, all of that and everything implied by them, living plan IT reduces to those 5 fatal words. So for big companies, smart city meaning profit. But what about the people that are going to live in these cities? How we are going to integrate them?